Good afternoon, everybody. Painblade back here again from Server 17, representing the free-to-play community. Guys, I'm just making my weekly video here, and I decided, you know what? A lot of people have been asking, as a free-to-play player, especially new ones, what do I do with gear, skills, training stones, and how do I set up an arena team? So I decided, you know what? Take the time here on Sunday. Let's put something together real quick for you guys, and to all American friends. Hope you guys had a wonderful celebration and stay safe. Kept that social distancing for COVID. But for all the new players who are wondering, what do you do with gear, skill, training stones, and arena? Here is the lowdown on it. So if you go into team, and when you unlock training stones, the first thing I'm going to recommend, guys, is simply accessing. Like, you'll have access to this whole team training section, which essentially affects force, spirit, and energy cells. Now, as a free-to-play player, especially when you're getting into the arena aspect of the game, you're going to want to spend all of your training stones maximizing the speed boost here. So your main focus as a brand new player is get this team boost 1 to 7 using your training stones, and then focus on getting this to 7, and then getting this to 7, and then lastly, when you hit 40 and you finally get access to, you'll almost have access to speed, you'll want to boost this up to the maximum. From there, it's up to you what you want to do. And the reason why I say that is because the HP boost is great on Spirit, but what you're really looking for is the last one here, which is damage increase rate, which is actually better than attack power. It's a flat, raw damage increase to all your characters that sit in the cell, and it's up to 11%. So I highly recommend, if you're looking for more damage, get this one up first. Now, if you want damage plus some defense, or not defense, sorry, some ability for survivability, Force is great for that because it does give you an attack boost by percentage and by plus attack, but also the last one gives you damage rate reduction, which is similar to damage increase rate. Instead of giving more damage, you take less damage, right? So that's a flat damage decrease on your character. So you can put your nukes there and actually take less hits and survive, and down here you can also add your nukes here to have more HP for survivability and then damage more. So either way, it's a win-win situation. Completely up to you how you want to do it, but guys, you ideally want to max out this entire chart at the end. Okay, so ways to get training stones is you do your standard missions, you do your elite missions, you do your PvP matches up to 5. That'll give you 1 training stone. And then I believe if you're a new whale, you can unlock getting a training stone. I think it's blessing 12, and I believe one of the blessing packs give you 50 of them. So you can pretty much use this to maximize it. But yeah, the first one, definitely finish up the energy cell, maximize speed boost. You don't have to do max on the defense yet. Just get the speed boost and then jump on to the next ones and get the other ones maxed out instead, and leave defense for last. Okay, so that's essentially what you want to do for training stones, guys. Now for gear, let's just jump into a shinobi here real quick. Gear is a little different. Gear works, and there's a lot of speculation on how to level gear up by new players and older players, but the recommendation, guys, will always be level up your first 2 gear up to as much as possible, and then you want to focus on getting these 2 last gear at the end. Like, you don't even have to really touch those for a while because they don't even give you 1 power per level boost. Like here, I'll show you an example, right? So let's just say I want to level up my weapon. So watch my 5, 2, 4, 5. Okay, when I level up once, if I go 1 enhance, it jumps up by 1, 2. Like there's another 2 there, so that's 4 for 2 levels, right? Or sorry, that's 4 for 4 levels. But if you do your last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2 power. So you notice it's half the power of the first 2. So the ratio I like to recommend for new players is get these 2 as close to max as possible, and these can settle for half until you're ready to maximize them. Because what happens with free-to-play is you're going to run out of resources, right? And then you don't have as much stamina to farm those gear stones. So you'll have double the power from these 2 and half the power from these 2. So the recommendation is always double these, go half of what your current weapon and armor are on these ones. So half the level on these ones, okay? So that's the gear recommendation, guys. Scrolls and talismans, another big one. What you want to do with these, guys, is you want to use your arena coins and your Tower of Eternity coins at a lower level to get these and use them right away. Feel free to use them on your favorite characters and your best characters. But the best method at the end, when you start getting further up in the game, is to buy them from the Orochimaru shop and save your coins to actually upgrade. Because every time you get to 10 levels, and then eventually 5 levels, you're going to require upgrading these, and it takes about, I think it's like 500 coins up to 1,200 coins for arena and TOE, and eventually you actually start running out because you have to do so many characters, right? So for scrolls in the beginning, buy them using your arena coins and buy them using your Tower of Eternity coins, but eventually when you start getting Orochimaru shops, he will sell them with Ryo, so use that to get it instead and save those coins to upgrade these. Okay. Now, as for skills is up to you. Now, I like to maximize my skills, but I'm also a whale, but eventually gets very costly, right? So my recommendation always is get your main skills up to your highest level and until you hit 50, and then you can kind of decide where you want to go, but 50 should be the minimum. Okay. And then eventually, now that the cap is 74, it used to be 64, now it's 74. Now my recommendation is get your skills to 64 and stop there and then decide. So 50 at the lower levels, guys, until you hit 64. And from 64, you can decide, is it worth it? The reason why I say that is because your power does go up, obviously, as your skills go up, but the actual effect and percentage of the skills don't go up very much, right? You'll maybe see like a 3 or 4% increase at the max level. So it's up to you, but 50 is the minimum. Definitely go up to 50. All right, now in terms of speed and stuff, we haven't got there, so I'm not going to focus on that. You can watch my speed video on that one, and I also have a vitality video, so when you do unlock that, watch the vitality video and you'll understand how to level it and use it properly. And the last thing I wanted to cover, guys, with you here is how to set up an arena team. Now, if I'm going to go to teams here, and I go edit team. Now, arena teams, and you can watch my how to build a successful team. Essentially, it's the same concept, is you want to have as many stuns and DPS and a little bit of protection as possible. So, for example, my first style, I have 10-10 for stuns, I have Haku for nuking, and I have Shino for defense. The rule of thumb, guys, is if you have a rare that's 4 stars, but an SR that's 3 stars, use the rare at 4 stars. If you have a UR 3 stars and a rare at 4 stars, use the UR, right? The reason why is the traits on the 4 stars are fantastic, but the UR stats are that much better. But SRs, you can sacrifice an SR for an R at 4 stars. So the way it works is 3 stars will be better than 4R. Sorry, 3-star UR is better than 4R. 3-star SR is not as good as 4R. But as you increase the SRs, they'll get better, right? So a 4 UR most of the time will outlast any SR at level 6 even, and any level 7 SR, or R, sorry, rares and super rares. So URs a 4, definitely put on your roster if they're the better ones, but anything that is a 3, and if you start hitting the 6 SR and the 6 Rs, they're better than the URs at the 3 stars, okay? Unless you're Hebi or Kakashi or Sasuke Kirin. Those are the 3 main ones you can still keep on your team at 3-star because they bring so much utility. Okay, but when you're building an arena team, what you want to do, guys, you want to focus on nuking. So I have my 10-10 as my nuke. Oh, sorry, as my stun. I have Haku as my nuke. And then in the second cell, I have Sasuke as my nuke and my stunner. Mitsuki as another stunner. And I have Naruto as another nuke and a tank. Naruto actually does both roles really well. And then lastly, in energy, I have Kiba as my nuke. I have Choji as my tank and my tribe gauge increase character, and I also have I as a tank and a stun. So that's ideally how you want to do it. Now, when you're playing your arena matches, let's just jump into one. At the lower levels, speed doesn't matter quite as much, but it still does have some degree of influence on your matches, right? And the reason why I say that is you should look at your base speed as a new character. So if we go back into my Shinobi and see what the base speed is on a character, and then add them up. So Naruto's is 180, right? And I have Sasuke at 215, and then I have Mitsuki at 130. So if you add those up, that's going to be your speed in that cell. So when you're fighting somebody else in the same cell or different cells and their character's base speeds are faster, they're going to go first, they may beat you. But in the beginning, speed doesn't matter as much. That will eventually matter a lot more as you go up into the game and actually unlock speed as an option. So as an arena team, again, 3 stuns minimum when you're starting, 3 tanks minimum, and 3 nukes, okay? So we're going to just show you an example. I'm going to skip the battle, but ideally here's how the matchups will work. I personally don't like to use tribes. As you can see, this gentleman has 3 tribes actually, right? I have none. So chances are I'm hoping to win this because with tribes you can interrupt them when you kill somebody, and if they're using a tribe, as a co-op you can't be interrupted. So I use co-op, not tribes, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do this battle real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and skip it, and we can actually watch this battle and see what happened if I do win. If I lose, then hey, you know what? That's probably because they outsped me or some sort of a stun happened that was unexpected, but you see the power, he has higher power. See, my speed is higher there, his speed is lower. I go first, and I win there by quite a big margin, right? Now, I'm going to just watch this one battle with you guys to explain what happened. So let's just jump into the records section, and let's see what happened. Okay, so don't be afraid to fight the highest opponent point-wise, guys, right? Don't be afraid of power is the point. If you have a proper formation setup, power means nothing in this game, honestly. Like, to some extent, it doesn't. Especially at the lower levels, it doesn't. So, if you're afraid of, guys, put in some work on these people. Like, especially if you're not using tribes, I think you'll be more successful. And let's see if we can find a reason why. If I can show you why it'll be the most important thing for a new player to see why tribes aren't good to be used. So see here, I've got faster characters overall. I did look at the speed of my characters when I put them in my teams, and also looked at the formation, obviously. Okay, so there we go. We broke one tribe. Let's see here. I'll be faster here. Now, Ai is a great character because he's super fast. Kiba's super fast. Choji's a little slower, but Choji does give you tribe with his second skill. So that's why it's important to use someone like him. So let's see what happens here, guys. So now, because I am going to be going faster, I'm going to be pulling off my stuns. My nuke's a little quicker than him, and I can do chakra down with Shino. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we killed Hinata. We killed Choji. There you go. And he probably... Nope, he won't even kill one of my guys. So see, this is what I mean. So don't be afraid, guys, of fighting people with more power, right? So he's gonna do a tribe here, and I'm doing a co-op, right? Now this is what happens when you do a tribe. When you do a co-op, if one of your characters dies, you can still perform a co-op with the remaining characters. With a tribe, if one of your characters gets stunned or killed like that, you can no longer perform. There you go, and his turn is broken. He can no longer see. If he had co-op, he would have at least been able to use Yamato and do a move there. So see, now he's doing a co-op. So chances are he'll actually end up pulling off one of his specials on me. But with tribe, the moment you kill someone or block someone on the team, it automatically stops them from performing their move. See? Now this is a co-op from him, and because he has two people alive, he can actually go ahead and do his co-op. He may actually kill two of my guys. There you go, so one. So that's the importance, guys, when you're building an arena team. I hope this video helped you guys out for gear, training stones, skills, scrolls and talismans, and arena. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me, guys. Hit me up on Discord. I will probably not be doing videos on the weekends as much anymore, just because it's my family time. But hit up the team building section if you're brand new. There's a ton of people that are willing to help you out and that are very knowledgeable now. And I hope this video has helped you as well too. But again, if you need to get a hold of me, reach me on Discord or in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great Sunday, guys.